I know you're meant to be right up against these microphones, but I'll just turn it up and you'll be able to hear the rain, which... is that not aesthetically pleasing for everyone involved? I know it is. I know it is. You can't avoid it. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elmo. If you're new here, sup? The old background is back, so enjoy while it lasts. And it's totally not so you can't see all the new things on my bookshelf. That's not the reason, just it's fine. Today, I'm gonna go over my reading list for October and the kind of prospect reading that I'm gonna do next month. So let's get into it. As you can see, I have a healthy stack of books. It's a big stack. There are 6 books that I plan to read next month, and they all have spooky horror vibes. There is one non-fiction, and that will probably be the one that I sacrifice to read something else, but who cares? It's fine. All but 2 of these books have been on my shelf for over a year, so it's high time that I read them. The first on my read list for October, for next month, is Glimpse of the Unknown. This is a British Library collected works. Guys, this is one of, I want to say 30, and I want to say they're still making more. The British Library Tales of the Weird. I've had this book on my shelf since November last year. All sorts of people have written things in here. Basically, Glimpses of the Unknown. These are ghost stories. They are short stories as far as I'm aware. They are collected works by a bunch of authors that I will list here for you to peruse. I don't believe I've heard of any of them, so it'll be a fun little introduction. I have a lot of ghost story books on my shelf. I have a lot of them. And October just feels like the best time to vibe and read them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's number 1. Number 2 on my reading list for October is Reaper Man by Terry Pratchett. This is the second death book in the Discworld series. If you're wondering if I've read the first one, no. I'm reading this for a book club that I've started attending once a month, and the guy who runs it chose this one because it looked cool, and he was like, that looks like it's a standalone. It's not. And me being a completionist, I needed the first one so I could have all of the context and be a nerd and pick stuff apart. But I'm gonna read this one first because I kind of have to. I don't have time to read the other one. Maybe I do. Terry Pratchett. I now have 6 Pratchett books that I have not read, so maybe I can finally overcome that next month. That's the hope. This is new, so it will not count towards my owned books challenge. I have a couple challenges that I'm looking to join in on for next year, those being Criminolly's Read What You Own challenge, and is it Bookworm's Hoard? I think it's Bookworm's Hoard Backlist Reader challenge. But yeah, Reaper Man, that's one that I'm gonna read. And I will read it because I have to. On to another book. I don't know about this one. This is Ghosts of the Tsunami by Richard Lloyd Parry. This, I believe, is a non-fiction book, and I have discovered this year I do not read non-fiction. The only non-fiction I really read are memoirs and biographies, and they're all by women. And this is by a guy. Though to be fair, this hits some ancient special interest territory for me. I have a lot of very morbid special interests, so this is gonna feed that. It sounds so interesting. This is gonna scare me emotionally and existentially. My spine, oh my god. I'm going to sit further back now because my hips hurt. The next book is one I've had for a little while now. I bought it last year. This is 13 Stories by Jonathan Sims. If you're cool and in the know, you may recognise that name. Jonathan Sims wrote and starred in the Magnus Archives, which is a narrative podcast, horror podcast, but this is a horror novel that he wrote, and I want to read it, because why not? It sounds really interesting. It's set in a hotel. A dinner party is held in the penthouse of a multi-million-pound development. All guests are strangers, even to their host, the billionaire owner of the building. And by the blood on the cover, I can tell some spooky stuff is gonna happen. So yeah, 13 Stories. It'll be a fun time. This next one, I've told myself again and again that I will read Stephen King and then haven't. I have Misery. I really love the cover design of this. I adore this cover design. The colours, the font, the contrast. Sadly, none of my other books follow this. The other books I have are like the gradient ones that I don't like. To be clear, don't like. I prefer this. Wow, it makes my eyes hurt. This is Misery. Misery is about a writer who gets kidnapped by a fan and is kind of forced to write the next book in a series he's put to rest. That's about as much as I know about it via cultural osmosis. The rest I will have to read. You know, Stephen King is a well-known name in the horror genre, so I'd like to see why. Misery. We'll see how it goes. The last book for my TBR for October is new this year. This is Julia Armfield's Private Rites. This is a signed copy because I read the premise online and thought, hell yeah, I'm getting a signed copy. I can't even see if it's in the shot. By the way, I'm obsessed with this cover art and the font on the cover. They've used red and green, but it doesn't look Christmassy. It's giving very grungy horror vibes from the cover. I think it's about murder. That's about it. Under the dust cover, it's literally just all black. Julia Armfield wrote a book called Our Wives Under the Sea, which I have seen make the rounds on BookTube. I have not read it. So this will be my first Julia Armfield book, and I'm pretty excited. And those are the 6. Those are the chosen 6 for October. It's gonna be a spooky month. There's a lot of books. There's even more plans for November, December. I've just got a bunch of little things that I'm just gonna try and get through. So you can look forward to those. That's kind of it. Let me know what you're reading and how it's going. Are any of the books I plan to read next month ones you've read before? Did you enjoy them? I have like 3 books to go finish. So I'll see you when I see ya. See ya. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. What was I even gonna do right now? Oh, it's not even on there. Whoops. Chances are you will never see me do a reading vlog on this channel because I can't make them. Plans for the future, and I swear I'm trying to not shout, but I don't think my mic is picking any of this up and I'm really scared when I edit this.